that, fellas? That is the sound of blue check marks crying. Just glorious but yet beautiful music of the screeching chorus of woke outrage. The sea levels rise every time these clowns cry. And I am here to tell you, let the hate flow through you. For your blue-haired land whale anguish only empowers me. This is what goes on inside the SJW's head when discussing their brain cells. Only two they are. No more, no less. Anyway, it looks like money not only talks, but it drowns out all the reeing. What a surprise. The world doesn't revolve around less than 1% of the population. Imagine my shock. Insert surprised Pikachu face, but the worst enemy of the SJWs always ends up being a strong, independent woman who doesn't share their points of view. I love the smell of hypocrisy. And of course, a lot of you savages already know the drill. Hit the subscribe button and ring my notification bell, baby. But finally, we are getting some orange representation in a live-action Star Wars. Because Ahsoka is the epitome of what the SJW crowd hates. She is a female character who has actual training, unlike Mary Sue Palpatine. Ahsoka is actually a well-written character with flaws and strengths that the fans can relate to. Why do I feel like the woke morons hate all the interesting and developed characters and what I love about this the most is that Ahsoka is proof that the modern "the Force is female" characters is just hollow garbage. The Force is female unless it involves the quote wrong female, because Mrs. Dawson ticks all the boxes that these weirdos are asking for, but it's never ever good enough. They are never satisfied. Everyone who bends the knee over their ridiculous demands are doing nothing but just delaying the kangaroo court and being stoned into oblivion. The SJWs are like, look, it's a strong female popular character, And I'm sitting here thinking, wow, you're fucking corny. Isn't this what you've been reading about this whole time? Also, do they realize that you can't remove actors because the episodes have already been filmed? I mean, how stupid can you be? But it's actually kind of ironic that the SJW mob is going after Mrs. Dawson, because guess what? She's actually a massive SJW herself. They are just insanely stupid, aren't they? They continue to eat their own. I don't have a problem with that. Let them feast for all I care, because Mrs. Dawson is perfect casting. She even looks like Ahsoka. My joy meter went from 0 to 100 real quick. It's like Robert Downey Jr. with Iron Man. That role is hers now. There's no chance she's going anywhere. Let's say that they do remove her. The real fan outrage will be massively larger than the fake woke outrage. And I know I've said this before, but Twitter is a plague. Let's face it. It's a circus for the world's most degenerate people in the world. That website is littered with SJWs who don't shut the I'm usually against gatekeeping, but now it's 100% necessary when dealing with these woke, idiotic, exceptional lunatics. Everything those weirdos touch, they literally destroy. As soon as politics gets involved in our entertainment, then there's no entertainment. That is what I call propaganda. Disney made their bed with these identity politics quote fans, and now they are clearly paying for it. But let this be a lesson. Twitter is not to be considered when making a decision. Anyway, let's be positive here. The Mandalorian is the one bright spot in the sea of garbage at Disney, but I sincerely hope that they bring back Luke Skywalker and just decanonize the whole sequel trilogy and start over. Now that I think about it, The Mandalorian is is the sequel trilogy that we should have gotten. I'd rather watch this episode again than watch the whole Disney woke trilogy. The only thing they need to do now is make a dark side baby Yoda, and that would completely redeem Star Wars for me. But if there's anybody who still thinks that Kathleen Kennedy should lead Lucasfilm instead of Favreau and Dave Filoni is an insane person. I'm telling you people, I'm really having a good laugh about this one. SJW's having a full-blown meltdown, which is a clear indication that the show is actually good and does not have any identity politics. And before I go, the only time you should ever feel the need to apologize to an SJW is when you say, "Oh God, I'm so sorry that your mother carried you to term." And on that bombshell, thank you all for watching. Manix out.